Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We're playing Parklife over here, and so we did the Coleridge Point, and yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. We're getting all kinds of messages. There's not enough customers. We don't have customers over here, so we'll have to see how we do indeed manage that. Is that a parking lot? It is indeed a parking lot. Some kind of quite interesting piece there. Quite an interesting piece. There's a parking lot there. Well, I wouldn't imagine that would really work. So how many spots could you possibly get in there? It's like maybe 9 or 10, 12 max. Crazy. But at least it's walking access over here. So now let's just have a quick look. What shall we do? I wanted to maybe, if we let's start off by putting a little bit of a bus line in here, so that at the very least we now that's not good. So can we do that? Okay, so let's run it. Let's run the bus line up this side, yeah, there at the beach. Let's up here somewhere, around the corner. Yeah, well, that's actually maybe a little bit too close. At the beach on this side maybe is where we want to go. Shall we then run it up here? And we'll do a bit of a stop there, and then we'll double it up on the same ones, yeah? And now, actually, how are we gonna act? We can't actually get the bus through to this side, can we? It's gonna want to make a U-turn. Well, what we'll then do is we'll run it down here. Okay, let's just delete those vehicles. Remove, and then we'll select a type, and we'll go with the is it the 12? Yeah, let's do the 12, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 should be enough, and we'll give it a nice color like that, little purple type magenta kind color. Excellent. So we'll see how that works, but at least that gives Coleridge Point a little bit more bus access. Similarly, what we can do is we can provide some access to this side over here, so maybe that's what we're going to do. Let's get the next one in. We can't actually stop a bus on here, on the bridge. We can't. So we can't stop a bus here. What is that? We can stop a bus there? I don't know. That doesn't feel very realistic to me. Okay, so now let's do. Shall we run? So let's let's do our first stop right over there, and we'll run it around the corner, around the corner, around the corner. Where are we doing? Is this the right thing? Should we rather run it up here somewhere? Around there, then. My goodness. Actually, so we're not actually connecting very well to this side right here. I'm kind of wondering whether we should do something about that. These areas are not connected at all. So we've got a little bit of public transport going on. I think it's fine. Get the bus to go and make a U-turn over there. It's got a median, so it should be fine. Let's remove the vehicles. Let's select the type again with a 12, and let's just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 6 again. We'll give it a bit of color. This is a bit more of a residential line. We'll do that kind of thing. There we go. So now we've got some bus lines over there. So hopefully more customers will join the ranks over here. The area is filling in quite nicely over here now. That's not too fond of that, but it's not too bad. This side looks a little bit better. It looks like a nice little edge that it's doing there. You can imagine that these buildings have some beach access and so on, quite nice and posh. Okay, now let's go over here and let's do a little bit more industrial stuff. So give me this area and let's define it. We'll clean it up a little bit afterwards, but I think that's going to be our edge right there. Okay, so let me edge it out all the way to there also. I just want to take out the the other way around. I just want to take out the road. I don't want to necessarily run region on the road. I'm not too pedantic about these things, the exact alignment of it and the likes, but I do like it to not include the road. So I don't want to, if I do apply policies, not that I do that a lot, if I do apply policies, I just want to make sure that the policies are not applied over the roads too. Okay, so now this is going to be an industrial use of the of that nature. So let us get our industrial uses and start kind of just plopping them in a little bit, and I'll do little bits and pieces and so on. So we'll start off by doing some stuff over here. So on the main road, actually on the main road I want to do a little bit more of this kind of thing. So let's run a bit of that. I don't want it to get too big though. So just want to do bits and pieces of commercial. Yeah, something like that's okay. Okay, we'll start with that. So these guys are doing their thing. I like actually I do like the power line running straight through there. Does a bit of a thing over there. Yeah, we're starting to see a bit of traffic going on. Okay, same thing over here. Let's run a bit like that. See how that fills in. Bit of filler stuff going on. We don't have any water over here. We have some water, not a lot, so we need to run the water down here a little bit more. Okay, so what we need to do is run some water in there. Something like that, and what we'll do is we'll run water straight down here and connect it that side. Now what we'll do is we'll run a few of these so that we make sure we've got some good connections everywhere. Perfect. So we've got some water going on over here. This area actually looks pretty good with this kind of industry here. Actually, I like it. It works kind of well. The one thing we don't have though is a rail connection, but what we do have is this bridge to the industrial area here, but not necessarily to the port, which is a little bit of a bummer, but you can get over here and go that way, so it's not the end of the world. So yeah, we may see a little bit more traffic in this kind of regard going that way. What I don't want though, and I'm thinking we're starting to see some traffic getting off of here, potentially even going towards the port. So we're starting to see traffic going this way, and I think this is traffic going towards the port, which is much better done along this route. So we may see a bit of planning going into the management of that kind of freight traffic over there. Okay, so we still have a little bit more, a fair bit more demand. So let's run a little bit like that. Yeah, so this area is going to have to remain pretty small, because I am worried that we will not be able to accommodate a lot of industrial traffic from here. So we're going to need to keep it tight. We are going to need to keep it tight. Lots of parking. Lots of parking over there. Because this can get very busy if there's a lot of industrial traffic making use of it. Okay, so now I can also see the demand is starting to pick up a little bit for some other uses. This area is still filling out nicely over here. Where is that area's closest rail station? It's this one, and then up that way. So can run a bus. Alternatively, it's that one and then over this way. So yes, it's pretty far from any decent activity on its train station. This one a little bit more direct, but yeah, that's about it. Yeah, hopefully this doesn't generate too much traffic. So maybe let's. Yeah, I'm just wondering. Hopefully I'm not filling this up too quickly. Oh, the one thing that we probably need over here is a little bit of a fire. Kind of this kind of setup, a small volunteer fire station or something. What is that? That's futuristic. Way too futuristic. It's too big. I think this one is a pretty nice one. So if we just pop it in there, that's pretty good. It'll give all of this kind of direct access over there. Fire access is required in this area. Okay, let's fill in a little bit more. We're not getting too much crazy traffic over here, so let's fill it in a little bit more. I know I'm just gonna keep adding and adding, and then when I have a look, and then it's like, oops, there we go. That's the traffic for you. Let's do something like that, and like so. So see how that works. I actually think let's just step it up all the way. Yeah, something like that. Do a bit of that. Do a bit of this. Do a bit of that. Yeah, that should be pretty good. Yeah, I think that's decent. So there's some stuff going on. Now there's not enough people. So now we can start looking at how we solve the rest. This is all kind of office areas, right? This is all a lot of office, and then some residential over there. The other thing that I'm thinking is over here. Let's add some suburbs. So suburbs for the people who work there. So let's run some of this. I think this layout is pretty good. Yeah, so we'll start a bit of a suburb area over here. This spot over here can be a little bit of a community center. Right, like that. And now what I'll do is let's give us a bit of a pathway over there. So if I go like, yeah, let's just do city park basic stuff. Let's make sure to take off snapping. Let's get this out of the way, and let's see about linking this up like so, and like so. There we go. So there's a bit of a link up over there. What I'll do at the same time is I will add that thing right on that side, so at least that'll fill up fairly well. Do we have some water going on? Oops, not really. So let's make sure to run. Let's get the snapping to work on that again. Let's do that. That'll be okay, and we'll run it down here. Okay, so now that area is sorted out a little bit. We're obviously going to need a little bit of schooling and stuff, so I'm going to put that right here next to it. So let's see, what are the schools that we're going to make use of? Maybe this is where that American elementary one will work. My goodness, it's huge. Let's plop that in there, see how that looks. That's causing us some concerns. Yeah, it is. I don't want that. Don't want that. That's not working too well for us. So let's see about something else, though. Institute of Creative Arts. So that not necessarily the right thing for this area. Maybe a bit of a community school. Standard elementary schools. Is that what we're going to go for? Nova. What's this one? This big. Maybe not quite right. Maybe this is like a high school, I think. Classic high school. Let's see this Phoenix High School, and then what's that? That's like a library, public library. More schools. Community college, what's that? ETB college. Japanese. Wow, that's crazy big. University Science Hall. Too much, too much. Let's just go with the basic stuff. Actually, there is one. There was one here. That one. This one. It's a pretty basic one right there. But yeah, it is causing us a little bit of weirdness because of what's happening over here. So we need to run that through a bit. Let's pause. Let me quickly get that. So what I want to do is I want to take off this stuff. Toggle zoning. Excellent, that's what I wanted. Now let's put this back. Now we can add bigger. I'm actually going to put the high school on this side. So let's start that up again. Oh, actually, I want to make sure that we fill in the rest of this and see what that does. Yeah, I want to see what that does. Let's see. Okay, let's leave that be. There's a little bit of a community center that is stepping funnily. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, that's not the greatest use of the slope. Getting that area. So these guys should come on, guys. You should be coming to work here. Help us out on this our suburban layout. A little bit more people over here. Let's have a look at our zoning. Yeah, so a bit more commercial potentially in this spot right here. Should we do a little bit higher density? Maybe. No, I didn't like any high density commercial here, so that's about as dense as it should go. So really, this is the one. This is the one for us. Let's make sure to fill out all of this. See if we can make use of all of that area. Some connections through there, actually working pretty well. There's zero connectivity between this side and that side. So the one thing that we should probably do is create a little bit of a walkway. Let's grab a nice one like that. And something like so, huh? Now there's a little bit of a path from the one side to the other side, so you don't have to drive all the way around to get there. But yeah, no traffic connection directly to do that. Lots of people walking up and down here. Not actually coming to the aquarium though. Look at all these cars parked on this road. Very busy area. Very busy. Okay, so I'm thinking but they still all need customers. So customers is still a bit of an issue right over here. So maybe what we need to do is fill in a little bit more residential in this area. Not that we've got such a big demand for it though. But yeah, maybe this is what it requires. A little bit more residential right there. Can do something like that. There we go. See a bit more residential right there. A little bit more customers. Oh yeah, that's the one thing. We don't have anything along the lines of garbage. So let's have a quick look at what we can do with garbage in this area. We'll run some kind of a recycling center thing again. So if we do... Ooh, that doesn't quite fit that area. But I'm thinking that is a pretty decent... Are we struggling with water again? Or is this... So what we'll do, I'm gonna plop this one right there. Okay, I think that might go. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use move it. Ooh, not that. No. Okay, no. Then let's just get rid of it. Okay, let's go around. Go around. Okay. So something like that, yeah? Going around. That works. That is a pretty bad. That's a pretty horrible turn. Not a very good sight distance. So, you know, let me explain sight distance while we're at it. So, if you are traveling along this road, and there's a car parked, it's not too bad. I think this side is much worse. And so you're traveling, where am I? Let's say, so we're traveling over here, and there's a car parked right there. You can't see it, so you're kind of speeding along, can't see the car, and then when you see the car, you don't have enough sight distance to brake, and that's why you typically don't see buildings encroaching to the edge of the road like that. If you do, it is pretty poor for sight distance. That's why you don't see that often, or not in newer developments at least. Maybe in some older stuff you would see that. It's stepping in quite nicely now. Good stuff, filling in a little bit. Getting people everywhere. This road is getting very busy. The rest, however, very light traffic on most of the rest. We're seeing a little bit of a queue coming over here. My goodness. Bit of through traffic actually through there. So we did not anticipate a lot of through traffic then. Clearly not. Clearly not. But I think this interchange will work quite well, actually. Okay, no problem. Not going to dwell on that for much longer. What I'm kind of wondering is whether we do a little bit of higher density in some of these areas also. We don't have the demand though. We still don't have the demand. Got tons of demand for these guys. But I think that's about as big industrial area as I'm going to do over here. What we could do is we could fill in the rest of this with some more offices. So let's grab offices and we'll start filling that in a little bit more. So we'll see about picking up some more office use right here. Bit of an office park. It's on both sides of the road though. It's a lot of office that we're all of a sudden getting filled in over here. That side I'll probably go... Is that higher density? Yeah, let's do a little bit higher density in here. Actually not that one. So let's do a little bit of extra... actually, we fill it in over there so it's nice and tight. Good, so there's a little bit more over there coming in. You wanted to get busy, but maybe not too busy. Maybe a little bit of death care over here. Be a good idea for us. pop in that. Be happy, guys, be happy. Good, nice and quiet little neighborhood. Yeah, so that filling in that did a fair bit on this. So education is an issue. How full is that? Not quite full at all. Elementary students in the city. Let's have a quick look at what's happening with our school kids. So there's plenty of capacity on everything, to be honest. But yes, high school. Obviously, we need it served in this area a little bit better. So let's get a high school in here, but we'll have a central high school and maybe not the biggest one. Institute of Creative Arts. An alternative to the high school. It'll actually look pretty good over there. So let's plop in the Institute of Creative Arts. On the other side of the river, everybody can kind of have a look at it. Good stuff. Nice big build over there. Interesting. So let's fill that in a little. And what I'll do is I'll add a little corner of some commercial right here. We'll do. Oh, that's not going to work. So let's get rid of that then. Just that should be fine. Just a little bit of commercial right there. Area's filling in slowly but nicely. And our arterial is getting pretty busy. So the movement around this corner is a bit of a problem, the way it's set up at least. So what I'm thinking is, as we end this episode, we filled in a nice bit over here. We need to fill in the rest. Probably need to start filling in, planning out and filling in what we're going to do with the rest of this. But as we finish this off, I'm gonna do a bit of a trick with our signaling right over here. So let's grab traffic precedent and let's have a look at timed traffic lights right over here. So let's set up a timed traffic light. That's a camper van right there. So let's add a step and let's have a look from this side. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Well, it's not quite big enough to actually do that, so let's just go back to something standard. Okay, so we want this one. Okay, so we'll do 5 and kind of 10. Actually 5 and 15. We'll add it. And we'll add a step. We'll take that one out. We'll put this one in. We'll add it. We'll add a step, we'll take that one out, we'll put this one in. Okay, and we'll add a step and we'll take that one out and we'll put this one in. And now let's see start. So, oops, now what I'm thinking is now it should work much better. What the hell is going on over here? I kind of think we need to take out that crossing. Can I take it out? I don't know, man. I don't know if it's working or not working. Why the hell are people... What is this? What's going on? Why are you doing that? And why on earth... Okay, hang on. Let's just get this sorted out. Things are funny. Time traffic lines, let's quickly check that out. Let's stop it. Let's edit this one. So really, oh, I see. So that's just the standard auto stuff. So manual, and let's switch that one off on this turn. So then we'll, yeah, the problem is we're never gonna want to get this guy to walk. Never ever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this mode. So we're gonna do that, and we are. How are we gonna? Ah, yes. Yes, so we're going to do that and that as a movement. Okay, perfect. So that's going to work quite well. Save. Now the next one, we're actually going to delete this one. Save. We want to delete this movement. Now the next one is this one from this side, which is okay as is, of course. Yeah, that's fine. That's going to be fine. Keep that as is. This one is fine. Save, and then we're going to add another step, which is going to be this one. And what we'll do is we'll run these together so that at least you can now filter through, but there's some dedicated time as well. Okay, let's start that and see how that goes. Okay, I think that's going to be helpful. Now these guys are getting a shot. Yeah, that's gonna be helpful, I think. That is going to be helpful. And to be honest, what we need to do is we need to also look at our lane arrangements over here and just make sure that that is the left turn only. Similarly, I think we should do the same thing on this side. Have our lane arrangements so that that one is the left turn only. That one is the right turn only, and this one is the left turn only. Yeah, so a bit of a time traffic light, and this area is going to work quite well. The other side of the bridge is not signal controlled, which is of course a big deal. So let's quickly fix that also. Let's make sure we add a signal in there. And what I'm thinking is this should do that. And again, what we should do is we should run a bit of a timed traffic light over here. So let's quickly have a look at that. Let's set up the timed traffic light. Again, I'm thinking, so let's add a step. Again, I'm thinking modes on both of them. Nice, so that's pretty good. So actually that is not gonna be it. That's just gonna be that one. Okay, so now let's say you're getting some action and you're getting some action at the same time. That's fine. We'll add a step. Now you're switched off, and you're switched on. That's good. And then we'll add another step where you're switched off and both of you are switched on, but you're gonna have to filter. Yep, perfect. And start. So there's a fair bit of action wanting to go over the bridge over there. Seeing how that works. The time traffic lights is actually working now. But yeah, a lot of truck traffic here is not going to be the best thing. So hopefully we don't want to get this area to be too dense. We see a little bit more traffic maybe over here. That's what we can easily accommodate. And then of course from that side we can accommodate a lot. Okay, so that's been it. So we've sorted out the starts of a potential traffic issue, which we always knew was going to pop up if we connect these over here. There's a lot needing to be served over here, and this is a very small little bridge section. This one is much better, so we can do a little bit higher density in this area, but we can't do too much high density right here. So probably already a little bit tight in what we're seeing happening over here. I guess we're going to need a little bit more along the lines of garbage handling and management. Where can we squeeze something in? Maybe we should do a little bit of a recycling center somewhere over here. I don't know yet. These buses seem to be pretty busy. How many people on the train line? Yeah, pretty decent. Quickly over there. Lots of people. My goodness. And that train is probably full. Full to the brim. Okay, we need some more. Let's quickly get... can we see this line, please? Line details. 4 trains. Shall we add a vehicle? 2 vehicles. Let's add 2 vehicles so that we make sure we've got some decent capacity. It is a pretty sizable line now. Oh, it goes all the way actually. Yeah, so it's pretty sizable. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. At the moment, all working pretty well. Lots of stuff happening. I'm kind of wondering about whether we can actually connect people over there. I don't know. I don't know if we can. I don't think so. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm going to cut it right now, and thank you so much for watching. If you have some comments or ideas, leave them down below. If you liked it, hit that button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This is getting even busier. Excellent, we'll deal with some more stuff going on. Okay, see you next time. Thank you, bye-bye.